presented by Strauss, alongside Alex Avila, the All-Star World Series champion, Cy Young Award winner Jake Peavy. I'm Adnan Burke. It's great to have you with us. I already know what the answer is going to be. Aside from the birth of your children, was that the greatest thing you've ever seen in your life? Shohei Ohtani's postseason performance of the ages. We've had a chance to reflect on it now, Alex, a little bit. It's still incredible to me.
Yeah, nothing's changed. Nothing's changed in the time we were here last night to now, as far as like what we just witnessed in last night's ball game. But you know, just the way that he did it too, like coming in, the narrative of just him kind of struggling offensively, being able to bounce back in the game previously to make an impact offensively, but then really making an impact offensively, and then doing what he did on the mound was impressive.
Shows how he goes to work.
Yeah.
You know, him hitting on the field and making the adjustments, and wow, what a payoff. And I do. And I don't know that I feel any different than I did last night in just utter shock. And just the fact that some of these historic performances went down that we talk about before our lifetime. So you don't have a chance to take the moment in. You just see it on replay. I don't know that we've ever seen anybody quite dominate on both sides of the ball. I know some pitchers have hit homers, and we've had incredible pitching performances. To do both, I'm going to say it's the best I've ever
seen. This should quiet down some of BK's arguments on making him either just a pitcher or just a hitter.
Exactly. We just want to have one thing.
Let him do both as long as possible.
BK had him closing and coming out of the bullpen.
And a happy birthday to Brian Kenny, by the way.
That is right, BK. We love you.
Listen, BK would appreciate the historical appreciation of what's happened with Shohei Ohtani in terms of the greatest moments ever in postseason history. There's a lot to choose from, as Pete was alluding to, beginning with, of course, Don Larson. I mean, Don Larson back in 1956, the World Series in Game 5, the only perfect game in postseason history. He gave the Yankees a 3-2 series lead over Brooklyn. They'd win in 7. He was the World Series MVP. He was an 81-91 lifetime pitcher, had a 99 ERA plus for his career. Sanford Koufax, 65 World Series Game 7, complete game shutout, 10 Ks to clinch the World Series, allowed just 3 hits in the game against Minnesota. In that series, he pitched 24 innings, allowed 1 earned run, and he won MVP. My pick's Bob Gibson. 1967 World Series Game 7, a complete game, 10 strikeouts, and a solo homer to clinch the World Series. He threw 3 complete games in the series, allowed 3 total runs, earning 3 of the 4 wins, and 1 World Series MVP. Every Yankees fan going, come on, Reggie. 1977 World Series Game 6, 3 for 3. He swung at 3 pitches all day. All 3 were home runs. That game was 48 years ago today. 5 ribbies, 4 runs, and a walk to clinch the World Series. The first of 2 from 2011. Our teammate, Albert Pujols, 5 for 6, 3 homers, 6 ribbies, 4 runs scored. His 14 total bases tied with Bob Robertson for the most in a postseason game. His 5 hits tied for the most in a postseason game as well. Game 3 of the World Series, and later in that World Series, Game 6. And we'll see you tomorrow night. Joe Buck paying homage to his dad, Jack Buck, the game-tying triple in the 9th, and a walk-off homer in the 11th to extend the series. Won him the World Series MVP after also winning NLCS MVP. His jersey from that game is now in Cooperstown. And then, of course, Shohei Ohtani. In case you missed it, 3 home runs, 6 scoreless innings, and 10 strikeouts to clinch a World Series berth. He struck out 10 and hit 1,342 feet of home runs. The first player, 3 or more homers and 10 or more strikeouts in one game in the regular season or postseason. Ohtani, absolutely remarkable performance. Whenever you're saying the first ever, that's what you're doing when you're talking about Ohtani. And somebody that can appreciate him as well as anybody, David Vassegh, joins us right now. Dodgers reporter for Sports in LA and AM 570 Los Angeles. David, Ohtani's historic performance powering the Dodgers back to the World Series. Did he silence whatever critics he had left after last night?
You know, he said after the game last night that did not play into his performance, but you have to believe he heard a lot of people doubting whether or not he was a postseason performer. That was the narrative going into last night's game. And also, the night that he took batting practice on the field at Dodger Stadium, he held a press conference, and he had to answer 3 consecutive questions about whether or not pitching is affecting his hitting. So it was right in his face about what people were saying. And talking to Freddie Freeman before the game last night, he was the guy that told me Shohei is ready to break out. And maybe the pitching part of it freed him up as a hitter, because Freddie told me that Shohei was so focused on helping the Dodgers on the mound last night that maybe that allowed him not to be so ultra focused on the hitting. But Shohei has told me in the past that he is a different guy. He separates the pitcher from the hitter, but all of those things came together. And, you know, I've seen Dodgers hit 3 home runs in an NLCS game. Kike Hernandez in Game 5 at Wrigley Field in 17. Chris Taylor in 21. I've seen Oral Hershiser out-hit the Bash Brothers in 1988 in the series. But last night, I think even the players, his own teammates, were like little leaguers in that dugout last night.
I love the shutout to Canseco and McGuire. Jake Peavy was making that point. That is what happens in Little League. The starting pitcher is also the best hitter. He's the guy that can do that. You're 12 years old when that happens, not in the major leagues. LA is no stranger to celebrations. What was the vibe in the clubhouse as they're heading back to the World Series?
It's a team that's still on a mission. They have 4 more wins to go, and that's what's been so remarkable about this team. Winning the World Series last year, but still having superstars like Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman being the first players out on the field to get their work in. And they have that focus and still hunger. All those guys have told me they're still hungry. Then all of a sudden, Roki Sasaki appears out of thin air to solve their closer problem when one of their starters doesn't finish a game. So they're in a great spot with their starting pitching. And again, going into the World Series, they're going to have all 4 of those elite starters, not on regular rest, but on extra rest to be able to go up against Seattle or Toronto.
And you were getting doused as well.
Yeah. If I'm dry, then I know those guys are upset with me. I hope it's out of love.
Yeah, especially with the fact the guy's wearing a clown mask. You can't find who it was.
That was Banda, Anthony Banda from last year's World Series. Yeah.
Who is that masked man? All right, as the Dodgers now with the Mariners or the Blue Jays, how does a team stay fresh, Dave? You know this eternal conversation, rest versus rust, 6 days off before Game 1.
Well, for the starters, I think it's a good thing because they're going to reset and be able to have extra rest going into the World Series. The only question is, how are these hitters going to stay sharp? They'll probably have simulated games next week, but everybody from Andrew Friedman to Dave Roberts to even guys on the team believed for this team, it was a blessing in disguise that they were the number 3 seed and did not have 5 days off between the last day of the regular season and their first playoff game. So we'll see how they react and adjust. Freddie was joking before the game with me. I'm sure that'll be another daily narrative and some sort of reason why we don't hit, but the pressure's off this offense with the way this starting pitching is pitching at an elite level, ace level each and every night.
Well, David, it certainly was a historic night. I've been on television 23 years. I've never seen a reporter post-game double barrel the microphones as you did. So excellent work out of you as well. It was historic.
That's my rep in the 818, double-fisted, 24/7.
David Vassay, taking to the bank. That's great, man. We appreciate you. Double-fisted in the 818. As far as layoffs are concerned, in the rest versus rest. 07 Rockies, we were Rocktober. Look away, Dan O'Dowd. 2012 Tigers, we'll get to Avila on that in just a second. And then this Dodgers team. How about it, man? You swept the Yankees. You look great. And then the Giants got you.
Well, I mean, it's actually it's funny that he brought that up as far as what Freeman was telling him about. It's a narrative, you know, they'll probably, you know, have to answer every single day. Because I remember that, like, every single day we had off leading up to the Game 1, that was a question we had to answer. And it was almost like, how many more times do we have to answer this every single day we had off? It was talking about, like, what are you guys doing to stay fresh? What are you guys doing to stay in a rhythm, stuff like that? Well, I mean, during that time, too, they had flown up players from Instructional League from Lakeland to do, like, simulated games. But it was kind of like a glorified live batting practice. So, I mean, it made it tough because the whole time, like, you're just, you know, Jim Leland's worried, like, you didn't want Miggy getting hurt, didn't want Prince Fielder getting hurt. You know, probably a good thing for our pitching staff, but, you know, definitely something like you have to try to continue some sort of rhythmic play. That's why I kind of like what, like, Toronto did this year, Philadelphia did this year. We saw Toronto, like, you know, really swing the bats really well against the Yankees, even though they had a layoff because they made it more like, you know, actual games, inter-squad games. They had fans in the stands.
I love the fans in the stands.
They created the atmosphere to where you continue that same rhythm that you have, like that you know, Jake, I mean, the baseball game is very rhythmic. So, like, you know, when you lose that, it takes a little while to get back to it. So to have something to keep you going each and every day, I think is beneficial. We saw that with Toronto going into that Yankees series. So, the Dodgers are going to have to do kind of something similar.
I think it is tough for these hitters to stay as sharp as they are when they are playing every day. I believe it's tough. And to your point on the 2012, that was an offensive juggernaut that just went cold. The same with that 2017. They had to sit and wait on Boston, had no chance. You guys didn't have much of a chance versus the bats. I think with this Dodger lineup not going at full strength, this could be advantage to whoever comes out of the American League and really narrow the gap of this Dodger super team, and does the American League have a chance because of how the pitching can maybe neutralize some guys who haven't swung?
I remember one of those sort of controlled inter-squad games. Prince Fielder gets hit by one of the young kids that was thrown on the mound. He goes back to that guy's like, "Don't take any more at bats, please. We don't need you hurt."
Yeah, seriously. We want to replicate the game.
I believe it's tough. And to your point on the 2012, that was an offensive juggernaut that just went cold. The same with that 2017. They had to sit and wait on Boston, had no chance. You guys didn't have much of a chance versus the bats. I think with this Dodger lineup not going at full strength, this could be advantage to whoever comes out of the American League and really narrow the gap of this Dodger super team, and does the American League have a chance because of how the pitching can maybe neutralize some guys who haven't swung?
I remember one of those sort of controlled inter-squad games. Prince Fielder gets hit by one of the young kids that was thrown on the mound. He goes back to that guy's like, "Don't take any more at bats, please. We don't need you hurt."
Yeah, seriously. We want to replicate the game, but not too much. No one's going to wear it out there. We'll see if this layoff ends up hurting the Dodgers or not. Well, as far as the Dodgers' biggest rivals.
リーグ優勝決定シリーズは、マリナーズが3勝2敗でワールドシリーズ初出場に王手をかけました。第6戦を前に両軍の記者会見が行われ、前日のナ・リーグ優勝決定シリーズ第4戦で衝撃的な活躍を見せた大谷翔平についての言及が相次ぎました。ブルージェイズのジョン・シュナイダー監督は、大谷翔平について問われると笑みを見せ、本当に信じられない。今まさに野球のあり方を変えつつある。本当に信じがたいことです、と称賛しました。同じくブルージェイズのトレー・ゲサベージ投手も、大谷翔平の偉業に笑うしかないという様子で、その規格外ぶりに驚きを隠しませんでした。さらに米番組に出演した CC サバシアは、大谷翔平を生涯で見た最高の選手と高く評価。現役時代に1イニング見ただけで、人生で見た最高の野球選手と確信したと語り、その後も唯一無二である理由を力説しました。各方面から寄せられる賛辞は、大谷翔平への評価の高さを改めて浮き彫りにしています。これらの模様を日本語字幕付きでご紹介します。
Thoughts on Shohei Ohtani last night?
Wow. I mean, I think when the postseason, when you're talking about either a guy going 6 innings, punching out 10, or hitting 3 homers, he's standing up here and he's famous. The dude did both. Pretty incredible, changing the way the game is being played right now. Pretty unbelievable.
Trey, what'd you think of Ohtani last night?
That was awesome. Special player.
What's going on here?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
That hit the UCLA
Oh my
sign?
gosh.
I don't believe
446.
I don't believe that only went 446.
No.
I don't believe
That's
that.
a bad reading.
I think we need to recalculate 116 and a half miles an hour.
I don't think we could overstate how good Shohei Ohtani is.
That was
Given the fact he just did he strike out 3 of the 4 batters he faced, and then
Yep, he struck out the side.
well he didn't because he he walked.
Yeah, but he struck out all 3 outs.
Remember when I said Shohei was afraid of the Brewers?
You regret that?
I would just like to point out I take that back.
Okay. No.
No way.
It was off the plate.
Oh my gosh.
That was further than the last one.
That might have been 500 feet.
If it's not, then StatCast is broken.
That might not have been a strike.
Why?
No, it wasn't. It was off. It was in off the plate. 470 feet.
Why?
All right. Get ready. They're coming.
Again, we can pull the plug whenever we want.
Out of the stadium.
I can't believe this.
Yeah. Holy smokes. Holy smokes is right. This is amazing.
And that's what happens when Shohei actually gets locked in now.
There's your dagger.
Yep.
Get that out of the water.
Shohei.
Launch.
Just absolutely delivering.
That was unbelievable.
He's not afraid of the moment, that's for sure. Nor is he afraid of the Brewers.
I don't care about that pitch to Mookie. I want to see where the thing landed. Go back to that replay. Thank you. No, not this one.
Oh, I love the camp, though.
Is that a cutter?
Yeah. Man, just launched.
Tom says that is the furthest home run I've ever seen at Dodger Stadium. Cool.
Yeah, I mean,
That's cool, Tom. Thanks for letting us know.
Do we get a final distance on it?
469.
Nice.
Very nice. And now Shohei decided to show up at Game 4 and ruin it. Both sides.
Oh, my gosh, Bryce.
Ohtani has 10 Ks.
Bryce.
And 2 absolute monster dongs.
What an unbelievable... Did you say massive dongs? So what you said? Shohei Ohtani has allowed fewer hits than he has home runs.
Oh, jeez. Well, here he comes. Just have an all-time legendary performance, would you?
Oh, no. Did he really just do that? Are you kidding me, Shohei?
No.
You are absolutely joking.
We just lost to the best performance in postseason history. I can't even be mad.
What? It's legitimately unbelievable. Unbelievable.
You gotta be.
He's single-handedly winning this game.
This is Bizarro World.
You know how you always say one player can't change the outcome of a baseball game? He did. He did.
He did it. He did just
Hand
that.
up. Hand up.
Remember,
Did it.
remember the haters that were saying the Brewers couldn't compete with the high salary cap team? Shout out the haters. The haters were right.
The haters
were dead on.
The haters were. Yeah.
Shout out
Couldn't
the
have been
haters.
more right. Not out of it until
Well, no.
Shohei had 6 homers.
I think if we just keep throwing him, if we just keep letting him hit, he's just gonna keep hitting
It's
homers.
like he's treating this like a home run derby at this point. It's unbelievable.
Daniel's
You can't make this up. Oh man.
And he's about to win, his third MVP in a row? Yeah,
Yep,
I think we're aware.
yeah,
Every
that's
new
great.
beginning comes from some other beginning's end.
Wonder if we could sell the state of Wisconsin and buy Ohtani.
I'd sell
I
you.
like where your head's at.
I'd sell you for parts for Ohtani.
Whoa,
Me?
whoa,
Yeah.
whoa. For parts.
Yeah. NL is over when Ohtani signs with the Dodgers. Perhaps my greatest prognostication.
Wait. So he's saying the team that signed the generational talent was going to be good.
When
Hot take,
the
Jesse.
most talented team signs, that has the most money, signs the,
The
big,
most talented player.
Yeah.
The team that was already good before he got there, too.
Can you imagine after absolutely smashing that ball, he's now pitching and dominating? Yeah, I can. I'm watching it.
Shohei Ohtani at 10 strikeouts and 3 home runs.
Does Shohei have an out in his contract?
No, it's a 75-year deal.
You know, any growth for a league comes with star power. And you mentioned the crop of young stars, and you mentioned Judge and Ohtani. Can you put in context as like a baseball historian where Ohtani and Judge potentially sit in baseball historically?
Yeah, so no, I think when you look at Aaron Judge, you look at Shohei Ohtani. I think when you look at Aaron Judge, I mean, you're looking at the Mickey Mantle or Babe Ruth or whoever you want to, throw that name out of this time. I mean, his OPS is 200 points higher, than the next guy, and he's out hitting the league by 70 points. The National League batting title winner, hit 304, and Judge is hitting 338 with 50. You know what I mean? And he missed a couple of weeks. So I just think the way he's out hitting everybody in a time when average and putting the ball in play is not as highly regarded, and people don't really care to do it as much. I think you got to look at what he's doing and with the way he's hitting, the way he controls the strike zone, and the way he can hit for power. I mean, he's out of this world. I mean, he's got to be one of the best, regular season baseball players of all time. And then for me, people got on me when I talked about Ohtani I saw him play one inning of one baseball game when I was still playing. And I looked at Luis Severino. I said, this is the best baseball player I've ever seen in my life. He's the biggest. He's the fastest. He's the strongest. He hits the ball the furthest. He throws the ball the hardest. Like, he is really, incredible. I mean, to have a season where you go 50-50 is really insane. And to be able to go out and throw 7 innings of no-hit or shutout baseball in the postseason and, the things that he's done. I mean, there's nobody that – I mean, they like to compare him to Babe Ruth, but there's really nobody that you can compare Ohtani to.
That's crazy. And you guys did the games in Japan. Like, what is his level of stardom in Japan right now?
I mean, we were at Shibuya Crossing. We went there one night, and there was 18 different things that he was on it's basically Times Squares of Japan, of Tokyo. I mean, he's on bus stops. He's on, every billboard that you can name. And then we get back to the hotel, and there's like a tutorial on the hotel, and he's making pasta. Like, he's everywhere out there. But the thing about him is he shows up. He's on cue. Like, he had a home run in Tokyo Dome when we go to Japan. The first, at bat of the postseason, he goes deep. Like, he really shows up in these big moments, and it's just incredible to be able to watch him do his thing, man. I think we kind of take him for granted, but we're living in a time. I don't think there's going to be ever a player like him again. I mean, there may be guys that'll hit and pitch, but there won't be anybody that could do it at this level.